Greeting interwebs, this is Jack K, and welcome for another edition of Let's Play Our Way Through Pokemon Colosseum. In the last particular episode, we made through the Pyrite Building, and I believe we'll be investigating this area. Right at the end of the last episode, this guy pretty much is blocking the way and telling us to go inside because he's too stupid to realize that we're tourists. Well, I guess we kind of blend in with the shady guys, at least Wes does. You would think really be kind of suspicious. 3, 2, 1. Darling, aren't you one of the king people? What made you think you could simply waltz in here? Such a silly boy. Take him down after the beating you took? That's too funny. Ho ho ho! So Silva got himself in trouble. Don't tell me we have to take your Pokemon's hostage and make you settle down, like we did with Duking. And now he realizes why Duking's being such a douching. Please slap me. Ugh. Oh, we seem to be getting a lot of unexpected company today, but that's no excuse for being a bad host, darling. And it's very highly advisable to save before going into this building, even though it requires backtracking all the way down to the bottom, because we got some tough snags ahead of us. And speaking of tough snags, I always make this mistake, leaning into things too soon. I've pretty much given away that one of the Pokemon out there are going to be a Shadow Pokemon, and oddly enough, it's a Remoraid. Yes, the Pokemon that's at level 20. It's like 10 levels lower than everything. Even the first Shadow Pokemon that we snagged were 10 levels higher than this thing. It's kind of cool that it's female. You know why is it cool and why I actually care about the gender of it? And not just about catching it and stuffing it into my box? I'll tell you why. Because this was gonna be a team member. And that means I have to reset, because I am actually gonna use that thing. Yay! And now I gotta walk all the way back up here. I guess it's better than not saving at all and having to go through all these trainers again. If you really don't care about that Remoraid, I'm pretty sure you could catch it at another time. Like that particular villain or minion will be around somewhere, but no, I want it now. And the way I play Colosseum, I always get the trainers Pokemons now, because I don't trust when I'll run into the guys again. And here begins the amazing battle of Jacket as Wes versus Mirabee Penyon Lady who has the Remoraid. Round who cares anymore? And just think, if I use my brain for, oh, I don't know, a minute, and realize, hey, Shadow Rushing a Pokemon that's 13 levels higher than a Pokemon that's already frail to begin with is probably a bad idea. If I use my brain for just that long, I wouldn't have had to reset who knows how many times, because of technical issues, technical difficulties. But oh well, this is the past. And I managed to actually get the female Remoraid. I have no idea why, besides the fact that it's more rare. But I think it might be cool to come up with a nickname for the female Remoraid anyways. Oh boy, Skip Boom, you're gonna go down before you have the chance to put to sleep. I want to wait a couple rounds to actually, you know, see if it'll hurt itself in confusion, because it does a pretty devastating amount to itself just from hurting itself in confusion of all things. I'm gonna take my luck and see if I can embrace another Aurora Beam. Just hoping that Umbreon goes first. But hey, if this takes out, it doesn't even take out the spin rack, I'm not getting that much health back. Oh well. Before I forget, why would they make a Remoraid that low of level? Well, I got some theories I'd like to share with you. One, whenever I play this game, I always assume it was for the sake of challenge. Because snagging a Pokemon that's weaker than the ones in your party and that you normally have to face. Wow! I don't know what your stats nature is, but even the past recordings before they got failed, you did not do that much damage to yourself, Madame Remoraid. That is like half your health, when normally hurting yourself with confusion does like a third of your health. Well, one, it's a good thing I have Skip Bloom up here now. Two, I think this might be the worst of my luck, because I'm gonna assume that your nature is pretty darn. At least a carp. Did I really miss with sleep powder? Sleep powder! Come on! No! Okay. Didn't hurt yourself in confusion again. Now, I was doing some research while trying to figure out what I want to name this girl when I actually get the chance to verify it. And you know, I realized why it does so much damage to itself from confusion. Or at least have an idea. Remoraids have the ability Hustle, which raises their attack, but lowers their accuracy. And remember, this is 3rd gen. That whole sniper ability wasn't introduced yet. Oh, thank goodness that's just snap out confusion. I don't get why it missed. The sleep powder. Skip Bloom, you are sleeping outside tonight. I don't even care if using items is frowned upon anymore. I am gonna make sure I catch this Remoraid. And I'm not gonna let any stupid shenanigans. I've tried too many times to catch this Remoraid and have good commentary. It doesn't have technical issues alongside with it. Thank goodness you are finally asleep. But yeah, the whole challenge behind catching weak Pokemon is what most people I assume would sink. Gotta remember to freaking snag the sink. You know, I'll explain why I sighed after this battle. Cause I'm not gonna ruin the surprise for you. But you know, let me stop getting interrupted. Remoraid actually evolves at level 25. What it evolves, its evolution learns a signature move. So actually, the most likely reason it is so low in level is because if they put it at level 30 as a Remoraid, it wouldn't have a signature move. Some may then question why not just make it fully evolve in a Shadow Pokemon. That you would have to ask the game developers about, to be perfectly frank. But I'm just glad I finally caught this Remoraid. And I just wish that the worst of my worries was over now. I'm just waiting for the animation to go by, because I still want to tell you guys why this is a big deal and our troubles are not over yet. But there's so much you have to go through, like the whole victory fair, dialogue. Oh, you'll see. Were you hired by Duking as your bodyguards? Let me warn you, if you mess with this, you gotta prepare for the consequences. Yeah, 2 battles in a row. And guess what? They both have Shadow Pokemon. So yeah, if you're doing things the way I do them and want to snag every Shadow Pokemon the moment you see it, guess what happens if you mess up snagging what Pokemon she has? Even if you've snagged the Remoraid successfully. That's right, reset. That's glorious. If you're commentating and you have a bad recording on the mountain fight, but not with a Remoraid, still gotta go through both of them again. It's all sorts of fun like that. Now, I'm just gonna lead off with putting this thing to sleep. I Yes. For the sake of snagging and nothing more, I will give no shames to using the potions. Especially considering Skiploom is being the stupidest Skiploom ever and having the worst time just putting something to sleep. Oh boy. I usually rely on sleep powder. I usually have no problem with the move. But of course now, when I have to fight and snag 2 Shadow Pokemon trainers in a row, sleep powder does not work in the slightest! I'm flinching, wow! I swear, the one time I'm gonna have a good recording, sleep powder will not work. Skiploom does not have any opportunity to use it. One hand, I'm kinda surprised I haven't got wind attacked by this mountain time yet. The other hand, I'm glad about that, and now... You know, I have Fluffy. Worst case scenario, I can always paralyze it and just roll a Great Ball. But if you get flinch against Skiploom, oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, Skiploom, you're sleeping out in the doghouse for 2 days now. Skiploom is not doing anything right. Skiploom is wrong Bloom. You deserve that wrong Bloom. I fed you half of the super potions I had, and you still couldn't put a single Pokemon to sleep. Can't believe I'm relying on the inferior Falcon. But you leave me no choice. Skiploom, Failbloom. I'm just realizing, now I'm getting 2 female Shadow Pokemon in a row. I guess if anything came out of this, I came up with a good name for Skiploom. Unless you guys come up with something better. This Skiploom, with a further notice, will be referred to as Wrong Bloom. I don't care, even if it evolves, I don't know if I really would want to call it Wrong Puff. It'll just be called Wrong Bloom. Because it's so wrong. Alright. Let's see... You know, now that my particular rage is particularly over, because I think the worst is over. Unless unfortunate criticals occur in the most inconvenient time. I didn't really talk about Mantine, and I actually know some things to talk about Mantine. One is kind of cool that they actually have prepared. Like, you know how that Mantine has a Remoraid, and it actually will spawn Remoraid than a Mantine. It's like a theme. You know, theme. What games do. Yeah, there's a water type out on the field. Let's not send out our fire type after it particularly now. Alright, Parafusion is so tempting, but I really would rather just whittle it down at my own pace. Another cool thing about this Mantine is, Mantines, I always like to describe them as defensive Gyarados. They're the same typing with water and flying. But while Gyarados are pretty good at offensive capabilities, Mantine is very good at being a wall. I mean, if you bring in an electric type, and that particular electric type actually knows an electric move, cough, fail, then the Mantine won't really stand much of a chance. But it'll do pretty good against everything else. So most people would actually go with the Mantine and not Remoraid. But considering I've never used a Remoraid in any of my playthroughs, I really want to go through one game with Remoraid and its evolutionary line. That took long enough, and wow, yeah, she has a full party. That last trainer didn't have a full party, but she does. So this could take a while. That is a bit unfortunate. Oh, Mantine, a couple more fights. And I might be able to snake it now with Great Ball, but no point wasting balls until I get as low as I possibly can. I mean, even with a crit from a bite, it still won't go down this particular turn. Yama, you know you're about to go down, just try to knock down a positive note, please. Or no, quick attack. I kind of forgot that would stop Yama from even getting a final strike in before his untimely demise for this particular battle. Why am I having such a struggle with this fight? Hopefully this shell turret can actually do a little bit better. I do have a revive if I absolutely need it. And considering this is not like a challenge playthrough or full-fledged professional LP, or if I gotta use a revive, I gotta use a revive. Haters are gonna hate, but there's not really any reason to hate. You're watching a guy play Pokemon. I really didn't give much of a darn about what particular move he decides to use, how he decides to go through the run. Especially if you're in it for the commentary. If you're not, and into it for the gameplay, I kinda feel sorry for you. Because there's not really a particular means of sifting through all the people on the internet who plays extraordinarily well and who doesn't. I actually don't think there's any LP here that go through an entire playthrough of a Pokemon game without some or most will fail. Most people actually rely on the fail happening in the videos they watch for the sake of entertainment. But, don't mind me, I'm just trying to fill up the void. And this extraordinary long fight with a full team might be a smart idea to speed up the rest of it. Okay, actually our team is not full after all. And did this fail? That snake just failed, didn't it? I didn't even realize. Great ball you again. Get another bite. Now back to what I was talking about. Well, I was getting into just the Pokemon LPs if I recall. Just me personally, because I do watch a lot of playthroughs, as much as I make them myself. I often just go into a playthrough because the commentator, what type of team they'll use. I don't worry too much about how they play. Sure, you can probably butt clench, they called it, if you're doing extraordinary sucky. But the one time that was the case, I can't really blame them because they were playing that particular Pokemon game blind. And even then, it was more fun to watch a blind playthrough and have them actually learn about Pokemon as they go through the game. That's made up for any particular butt clenching that went through the phrase. So if you don't like me using all the items, I guess that's your loss. I don't really know what to tell you because I guess on a lot of fights I would try not to use items. This one I've just done so many times with all the recording difficulties that I just don't want to do it anymore, and I will use whatever it takes, whatever I have in my arsenal, to get through this fight. The items are in my inventory for a reason. There's a reason I bought them. And that is the point of this very long and dragged out conversation. Thankfully, the battle is finally over, and thankfully she does not have a full team. I guess it just feels like a full team with that frickin' tank of a Manatine. Don't you mean unbelievable also? Whatever. I win, you two lose. Get out. Now. Oh, shiny! Oh, Silva's just looking at us and how we ignored him. I guess we can talk to you. Oh. Yeah, we know Duking. Well, better late than never, at least if it doesn't kill you. Sure, it almost did kill him, but he's alive, hey. No, you're not in shape. You're not in the shape in the slightest to do anything. Thank you really for clearing that up. Hello there, Mr. Anthem of the Pokeball. Taking a hostage is perfectly fine in bargaining tactics. I'm never sure when taking a hostage is considered honorable. But come on, give it back. Alright. So we have a new destination, and that is that cave. I think our team... Whoa! You actually get healed up completely after that fight. Yeah, that's interesting to know. But I think I want to get that Remoraid out of the box, so I'll show you what it's going to show you anyways. Go down here, take this elevator, it'll take you all the way to the bottom. You may say, thank God I don't have to climb those stairs anymore! However, that is not quite the case. If you just go here, get that item, which happens to be hyper potions, and then go back up the elevator, you can. However, once you go through this door, it locks behind you and you cannot go through that way. The only reason they do that is so you don't get the hyper potions until after you beat those guys, which I think is kind of silly anyways. When you don't need to climb these stairs over and over. But I'm just gonna go get Remoraid out of the box so we can try it out. It's not actually gonna be too useful for fighting until it's purified. But in order to get purified, I have to have it out and walking along with me at the very least. Until we come back after those setting ups in particular situations. This has been Jackie K, and I'll see you in the next episode.